It is draft day, ladies and gentlemen. Finally, for the first time in 85 years, the draft gonna be held in Green Bay, and it still ain't nothing to do up there. But
Like a
we got
damn
a lot
thing.
of things to talk about on today's episode, as NFL teams are looking to shake up the draft order by even moving up or down, plus a lot of other things we gonna talk about on today's episode. We gonna talk about it and break it down right after this.
Welcome to your number one spot for all NFL news and content, NFL Central.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode of NFL Central, your number one spot for everything NFL. I'm your host here, Bobby, joined by my host, Stevo. If y'all tuned in, hit that like button and subscribe. Stevo, how you doing, boy?
Ready for this shit to be over with?
The
Tired of this
draft
shit.
is here, bro. It's finally here. Now we ain't got to go through mocks. We can actually talk about what teams are doing and what they have done in each of these days approaching, man. It's gonna be real fun to talk about it, break down, and then we can just move on. That's a good feeling for everybody involved. But late last night, man, we received the news that there are a lot of teams looking to either move up or down in this draft. And the Browns and the Giants are fielding a lot of calls according to multiple sources. What are your thoughts on that, brother?
Out of all of them, like I just don't understand like why these two is even talking about it. Like at the end of the day, like yeah, would you benefit from drafting back and getting some more picks? Yeah, but with the talent that's there and that can have they can have on those teams respectively, Abdul Carter, a Travis Hunter, a Will Campbell, people of that ilk. I feel like you should just go on and get the best player available because this team, both of those teams, most specifically, they just need the best player available. They just need to be adding players to their team, not necessarily because for one, neither of these teams have a good track record of trading back anyway and getting solid picks regardless. So they got a track record of picking the wrong people, not developing people, and 5 years from now end up moving on from somebody because they chose wrong. So I feel like when you just pick the best available, especially at those high picks, it kind of helps you negate the possibility of that player being a bust because if they top five, they top five for a reason.
I agree with you. I think that if you are the Cleveland Browns or the New York Giants, you should absolutely be just sitting right there, staying put, and taking the best player available. If you're the Cleveland Browns, what are you doing? Travis Hunter is right there for the taking. Take the young fella. You can utilize him on your offense. You can utilize Travis Hunter on your defense. And I don't think he obviously he's gonna need coaching, up to the standards so he can reach those NFL standards. But he's so damn good, you ain't got to worry about if he's gonna be a good player for your ball team. And then you looking at the New York Giants. Hey, it just seems like the New York Giants about to do New York Giant things if they do trade out of this. Now, we did talk about them garnering additional draft capital, but maybe you could do that in another round. Because if Abdul Carter is right there for the taking, why don't you just go ahead with the smart plan that me and Stevo pointed out for you all? If you're the New York Giants, draft Abdul Carter, trade Kayvon Thibodeau, and then you can worry about other pieces in the draft. But you absolutely right, Stevo. You gotta take the best players available, and those two players that we talked about, and Travis Hunter and Abdul Carter, are the best available players after Tennessee is going to take Cam Ward, bro. We know that.
Yeah, it just those two, especially those two prospects, just no brainers, and they're in a position where y'all need some no brainers on y'all team, and that it is what it is. Like you said, especially New York, like they just got a track record of just doing dumb shit, and this just look like they on the road to making another dumbass decision. So I hope it's just smoke and mirrors. Maybe they just feeling seeing what the field is presenting them, seeing what type of offers they're gonna get, which is in retrospect, that's what you should be trying to do as a GM and an organization. But yeah, I think when it comes to those two teams specifically, they just need to stand back and just pick the best player.
I'm with you on that, bro. But the Giants, they gonna giant, and they in a tough decision. It seemed like the coaching staff is not on the same page as the top guys like your GM and even the owner. The owner is putting out statements that he wants to win now. And my question is, how? How are you going to win anything now, New York Giants, and you don't have a quarterback? You have quarterbacks, but you don't have the quarterback to go and help you win now. You're still ways away from being a team that can absolutely win now, especially when you consider your division and you're looking at the Washington Commanders and the Philadelphia Eagles, and you not even in the same room with those two teams. So you got a long ways to go. So you should absolutely be going to get a guy like Abdul Carter and then trading Kayvon Thibodeau.
You sound like somebody I know named Jerry, and there's two Jerrys that's in my head. he sound like both of them. It's like that's the stupidest shit, bro. How many games they won last year? 3? 4?
That's why they picking at number 3. Not enough.
The fuck you mean you ready to win now?
That's what I'm saying. Like, bro,
you getting a good draft class is a win. That war room is a win. Hell, y'all not getting fired is a win. Shit. Like, bro, New York, they just some jokes, bro.
Hey, that's what they want to do, bro. That's what they want to do. But so we hearing that remember we talked about Mr. Duval down there in Jacksonville. It seemed like those guys down there are not really necessarily interested in drafting Mason Graham. And we both was at the conclusion, like, why wouldn't you draft Mason Graham and go out there and build your trenches? Instead, it looks like they want to get in business with maybe the Chicago Bears to trade back and select Ted McMillan. I know you had some choice words for this decision last time, but what is your stance still the same, even if those Jacksonville Jaguars trade back?
Do it. Please do it. I dare you to do it. I double dog dare you to do it. Go ahead. Go on a limb. Don't think you finna get your old Calvin. Don't think you gonna get your Julio Jones. Hell, you this motherfucker might not even be Buddy in Cincinnati that just got his money. Like T. Higgins. Like at the end of the day, like it's gonna benefit us at the end of the day. So I don't care what they do. Is it stupid? 125,000% is stupid. Yeah, you shouldn't be. You're gonna trade back from 5 for a wide receiver that everybody is saying is not the number 1 wide receiver in this draft. When you have a destitute of problems on this team. No, you go on and get your goddamn defensive player. Go on the hell on, go sit down, go on Duval, show him around Duval, and just get the thing rolling. Because at the end of the day, this is the type of draft pick and this is the type of move in a draft that can set you back a couple years. Because you're gonna be sitting back looking shitty when if Flowers get hurt, then what? At least you would have had somebody next to him that you could depend on if somebody go down, y'all screwed. So yeah, go ahead and make another dumbass decision that y'all been making for the last 5 years. I get it. Y'all been trying to go around the corner and get some decent wide receivers for cheap, and it ain't worked out. So you're trying to go get you a real wide receiver. But like I keep saying, Ted McMillan is somebody that if he just falls in your lap, then you go draft him. But he ain't nobody that you should be surgically moving around to go get. That's just my opinion.
Understood. I think that if they want to go out there and do that in Duval, let them do it. That's gonna be they decisions because you need to bolster up your defensive line. You need to make sure your offensive line is good for Trevor Lawrence, and then you can worry about other skill positions. And you don't want to go out there and find yourself in a situation where you're building a team incorrectly from the outside in. You need to build it from the inside out. You need to build it from the inside out. And Trevor Lawrence needs protection. And that defense needs a pass rush. I understand you got guys like Trayvon Walker and Johns Hines Allen, but what about the interior pressure? You know, the interior pressure is one of the most important things when it comes to rushing the passer and stopping the run. So if you want to go out there and do that, do that. But Stevo, on the flip side, how you feel about the Bears potentially trading up to 5 to select potentially Ashton Jeanty?
I'll uppercut the shit out them. I swear I'll uppercut the shit out. Bro, we ain't trading up for no damn running back. You don't do no trade. Nobody trades up. We will be the first motherfuckers in recent history to trade up for a damn running back. Don't do it. And
Didn't Atlanta trade up for Bijan though?
did they?
Or was that the Lions trading up for Jameer Gibbs?
I think the Lions. No, I think they just fell and they just took him earlier than everybody
Oh,
expected.
okay. Okay.
They might have traded, but Bijan was worth it. Bijan was actually listed as that my motherfucker might be a generational back. Then he came in the league and did generational back shit. So I'm not too upset
Yeah,
about
you're
that.
not too sold on Ashton Genty.
I'm just not. I'm not. Is that's the main thing. I'm not really sold on Ashton Genty. Atlanta was a better O line at the time, so they was able to do it. And plus the who was their coach? It's on the tip of my tongue.
Arthur Smith at the
Arthur
time.
Smith. You know he loved to run the ball and he liked to use his quarterbacks and the option in different situations. So them getting Bijan at what 7 or 8,
Yeah, I think it was like 7.
like 7 or 8, it made sense. But moving up for us, it just don't make sense. When we can, like I said, we can if we gonna move up to get somebody at 5, it better be Will or it better be Mason. I'm not trying to hear moving up from 5 to get a damn running back. I'm
Understood.
not cool with that. I'm just not.
Understood. Now we move on to the New Orleans Saints. Now there's some things buzzing around that the Saints might take the quarterback of the future, but it's not Shador Sanders. It actually might be Jackson Dart, is what was published in some of these insiders' latest mock draft, their final mock drafts earlier this morning. And it has been a lot of discussions about, hey, this he had the worst interview ever. You asked me, man. Look, whoever the anonymous NFL assistant coach was to say that Shador Sanders had the worst interview he's ever been a part of. He's so entitled. He's so arrogant. His teammates don't believe in him and they don't fight for him. That's 100% baloney. It's 100% baloney. We
Bullshit.
know that you might not like what you heard out of the young man's mouth, but to say that he's so entitled and to say that his teammates don't fight for him or like him and his body language was bad, I got one question. Would you have good body language if you drop back and the pressure's in your face after 1 second? I don't think so. So stop it. They being
My thing
crazy.
is, it's like we forgot who the hell Baker Mayfield was when he came out of college. That motherfucker was a frat boy, basically. You could tell that motherfucker shit. He was coming in to wreck the league and ain't shit you could tell his motherfucking ass. We ain't heard nothing about character. We probably heard 2 things about his character. Maybe 2. They did not drag like they're dragging this dude should do. And then when it comes to the Saints, like I think it's a smoke screen because it's also come out that they thinking about if they don't get what they want, they thinking about trading back. And when I seen that, I'm like, it's either Shador or they trading back. That's my only thought process because I think the only reason Jackson Dart started talking is because all the magnifying glass kind of went to Shador to the Saints because we kind of seen New York eased off him months ago.
Yeah.
And then everything outside of that, it was 9 to the Saints, 9 to the Saints, 9 to the Saints to the point where now it start picking up that maybe other teams might try to trade up to get that. So I think they just tried to quiet it down, be quiet a little bit, mention some other quarterbacks just to throw some people off to shoot them away a little bit. Because I think if they don't get Shador, they trading back.
I think that's a fair analysis. Do you think there's a world to where you see if Shador is there at 9, 10, the Steelers might be interested in trading up at that point?
At 10 for sure. Like if Saints don't take him, I can see. I would not. I would be very shocked. I'm just preparing for a delay for us because I feel like if 9 goes and Shador ain't gone, it's gonna be a little bit of delay because they're gonna some calls gonna come in for us.
Hey, and I'm willing to take that.
Yeah.
Take the call. Take the call. If the Steelers they want to be anxious and move up, which they should, go and get the quarterback of the future. You're gonna keep sitting around waiting on Aaron Rodgers. And even if Aaron Rodgers does finally come around, it's not the worst thing. It's not the worst thing for the Pittsburgh Steelers to say, hey, Shador, you're gonna go ahead, you're gonna learn. You're gonna learn from one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. And then, hey, if he goes down, you will be inserted. If he don't, you will be our starter moving forward next season.
Perfect situation. It's a win-win situation right there.
For real. So you still got to go out there and get your guy because you don't have a second round pick in the Pittsburgh Steelers because you traded for DK.
I'm about to say that knocks out not Joe, Jalen Miro, Jackson Dart, hell, even the midget out of Oregon.
Dylan Gabriel.
Yeah.
Crazy. How many quarterbacks you think coming out this first in
Two.
how many in the first round?
2.
That's all I got too, bro.
Yeah,
For some
2.
reason, I think it's just gonna be only 2 quarterbacks getting drafted in the
If
first round.
if the third go, like I said, that's gonna shake the whole draft up.
I think there's a chance for a third, and that'll
Everybody
be
gonna be like, and it's gonna be Jackson.
I don't know. It may be Jackson, but I can see Jalen Milroe at 21 for the Steelers.
Whoever does that, I just pray it's a team that's kind of already almost there. That's why I feel like that's the best situation for him. Because if he goes somewhere like just for instance, like a Jacksonville, that shit gonna be ass. Like he need to go somewhere that's not on the bottom side of the league. Because if he if he lands somewhere like a Raiders and a like I can't eat like not he can't go to Arizona, but like those teams like the Arizonas and shit like that, I'm like, I don't know if it's gonna work out there. He almost need like a Brock Purdy situation. Like you need to go
Somebody
there
that got their stuff together. They
a
got a
team
number
that
of
got
weapons
their
for
stuff
them.
together. They got some weapons. They got a coach there. They got a system there. They got a coach in there. He need to go to all that. If he got to be a part of the culture building, I don't know if it's gonna work out.
I agree with you on that. And the only reason I brought it up as a chance is because they invited this man to the draft. He's gonna be there waiting.
I mean, yeah, either he's hella confident or he knows something we don't.
He's gonna be waiting, bro. He's gonna be waiting, or to your point, he might know something that we don't know. I'm just saying, but I think that hey, this is a guy that's athletic specimen. The man can run. He got a nice strong arm. You just gotta refine him. And I think that if you the Pittsburgh Steelers with that type of team, if you could somehow still get Aaron Rodgers in the building and allow this young fella to sit, who knows? But you don't want it to turn into an Anthony Richardson type of situation for sure, because
And that's
Anthony
just
Richardson is athletic as hell and just can't hit the layups. They be scheming the players wide open for this man. It is getting overshot, underthrown, or he just not throwing it at all.
I was about to say, I thought Justin missed some layups. This motherfucker be missing finger rolls. Like, god damn. Like, bro, that mug 5 yards from you, dude.
For real. Crazy work. That's crazy. But hey, there's a lot of teams looking to move up and down. You got any surprise team that you might think move up?
It was going to be the Steelers. I'm going to say 49ers. Why? Because they damn near lost everybody. So they need a shot in their arm. And I don't really necessarily, I think it's going to be on the defensive side because I think like losing Dre was a hit. Losing some people on that line was a hit. I think they lost. Is Leonard Ford? Did Leonard Ford leave or he came there?
So he came there, but I think he left. I think he gone.
Yeah, so like they lost some edge. Yeah, I think they're my sneaky ones. I had another one, but I just don't think they're gonna do anything.
Yeah, when I was thinking of a team, I'm trying to see what me person, because to your point about the Niners, Jahad Campbell linebacker, oh yeah, he'd be nice.
Perfect. Yeah,
that'd be the perfect selection. You move up for a guy like that. Another team, I'm thinking the Lions. You got to move up to get you a good pass rusher, bro. If guys like Mike Green start sliding just because of the off the field stuff, or if you can get him Mikael Williams and you know what I'm saying, you see him sliding, you need another pass rusher to pair up with Aiden Hutchinson. You can't just sit there and just say Aiden Hutchinson go do everything because he's coming off that leg injury. Yes, he's been progressing well. You expect him to be healthy at the start of the season, but you just can't constantly sit there and just say, hey, go do this by yourself. No, because you tried it with Zadarius Smith, and I thought that was a good signing, but they released him, so you need somebody to come in that you can develop and help your D-line.
Yeah. And I just realized they got 11 picks, so they got some extra wiggle room. Them in Baltimore got the most picks in the draft. So.
Crazy work, and that's crazy because Baltimore already good as fuck.
Yeah.
They
I can see
already a good
I can see
team.
Baltimore doing too. I can see them sneaking in too.
Yeah, they could definitely make some things happen with all those damn picks in Baltimore. Because shit, to be honest, you don't really need much. Maybe beef up your O
Sometimes,
line.
yeah, some fine tuna, or you just fall in love with a certain prospect. Yeah.
Yeah, so but hey, before we get up out of here, do you got any bold predictions for this draft that's taking place later tonight?
Nah, if I ain't said them yet, I don't know. I
I
think
got a couple. I
yeah.
got a couple, and you let me know. Tyler Warren is going to be a Jet. What you think about that?
Ain't smart, but
It's not. You need that O line for Justin.
yeah, I was say that ain't smart, but okay. I think he going to the Colts.
I think that's a good fit for the Colts.
Yeah, they
If
need
you
it.
can get Tyler Warren, I
They
ain't
need
gonna
him.
lie.
But I think they look at it all tight ends. So if he go, they probably get Buddy from Michigan. If he go,
Bro, when we talk about Coast and Loveland, fluid route runner. I was telling Muggs, hey, he a better route runner than Tyler Warren, if you ask me.
yeah,
It's just that
Tyler
everybody
just a
loved the
better
physical.
athlete.
Yeah, that's what Muggs like and his versatility. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, it is what it is. But another one is the Saints draft Jackson Dart. Hey, I got
I like just an itch of me want to see it just so I can see my cousin reaction tonight. That's the only reason why. But I don't think I like I said, I think that's a smoke screen.
I hope it's a smoke screen because if he there, bro, you gotta take Shador, bro. He's
Well, that's the type of pick that eat your ass alive and that don't work.
yeah.
You
You
see
gotta
him
take Shador,
here.
bro.
Go ahead and do it.
Like I hate when these people just try to talk themselves out of doing what makes sense. Like it makes sense.
All
If
right,
he's
y'all
there
gotta
at 9, get
yeah.
the damn quarterback.
You need that motherfucker in the dome anyway.
Facts. And he'll be good in black and gold.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he a
South,
Southern boy.
he's Southern boy anyway. He ain't too far from his dad. It's from hometown, so
He'll be straight. And then my last one is the Chiefs select Travion Henderson at the end of the first round. Instead of waiting, like teams was
that
projected
ain't
to get.
really
It
that
ain't
ain't.
really bold,
I
but
about to say that ain't really shocking. That just that's some shit they do.
yeah, it ain't really
Yeah,
that
I
bold.
like it though.
I think because they I think they held last minute meetings with him like a day or two ago. So I think honestly, I think that'd be a perfect fit for them.
Yeah, I like that. As soon as you said that, I'm like, yeah, that's a chief ass pick.
Yeah, I think that'd be a perfect fit for him, and then it'll make a lot of sense. But hey, shout out to my people in the chat, man. We got
Bro.
Bears Junkie up in here. What's the word?
I ain't even
Ra?
gonna try to.
Yeah.
I ain't.
What?
I ain't.
Yeah, I'm gonna call you Ra. My bad, bro. I don't want to butcher it, but all I had to say, he said, "Good morning, Bears gang and Bear Down. Do y'all think a team would trade back and take Genty or Campbell and mix up the board? Probably. Stevo, do you think Will Campbell
Yes.
would slide, bro?
The way I mean, like I keep saying, I still think if the Patriots don't be stupid and just gonna get them, but like I said, I've seen for the reasons why he's predicted to slide. I've seen linemen, especially tackle, slide for that reason. So I wouldn't be shocked.
Understood. Last one before we get up out of here. Shout out to Dexter. The Saints will be dumb to take Dart. They still in cap hell, and the worst thing to do is get a mug that ain't high in projection, won't ignite the fan base.
And
That's
that's
why
and
yeah,
I
go
was about
ahead.
to say that was the main thing about I like when it comes to this draft, especially this first pick. This you need a shot in the arm for this organization because they just don't have no hope over there. Like at
Yeah.
this point, they're just they're like with the Bulls. They just want to see some fun, bad football at this point. Instead of just what the fuck are we doing? They already stressed the fuck out because this nigga, their quarterback then got a mysterious goddamn shoulder injury a couple months before the season. Now he talking about he might not play all year. So it's like they need just a win in any form.
I'm with you on that. And a win for the Saints will absolutely be Shador Sanders coming to the organization
100%.
because I think the young guy's gonna put the hard work in, and we already know that he has the arm. He might not have the strongest arm, but he has the arm and the ability to make some things happen. And he's a fluid pocket passer. So
And
type of
smart.
quarterbacks that Kellen Moore has worked with in the past. Very smart. I've been around football his entire life. I actually think that should mean something. People look. I ain't saying that the guy's bad or terrible because he ain't played a lot of games, but people are already clamoring over Arch Manning. He ain't, he ain't did much
He
yet.
nothing. He did nothing.
It's just for the simple fact that he has the last name and that he's been around football his whole life.
Mm-hmm. I said he can be ass next year. We don't even know.
But hey, you got anything left, bro?
Y'all make sure y'all tune in Beer Central for the nice watch party. That's all I gotta say.
Oh yeah, we definitely gonna be live. I think we're gonna have NFL Central connected as well to the draft, just to break the entire day one down. So y'all make sure y'all lock in over here on NFL Central. All those people, man, tune in, lock in, hit that like button and subscribe. The content is gonna keep pumping out. We've been pushing it ahead of the draft, and even after the draft, more content will be on the way. So we appreciate y'all, man, and we're gonna catch y'all